One of the ways we can slow the spread of coronavirus is by wearing masks when we're out in public. But unfortunately, the Karens of Palm Beach County, Florida, think that wearing masks is one of the worst things that you can ask people to do. I don't want to make their arguments for them. I don't want to put words in their mouths. I just want to show you this agonizing video.
You literally cannot mandate somebody to wear a mask knowing that that mask is killing people. It literally is killing people. And we the people are waking up, and we know what citizen's arrest is because citizen's arrests are already happening, okay? And every single one of you that are obeying the devil's laws are going to be arrested. And you, doctor, are going to be arrested for crimes against humanity.
The problem with humanity today is ignorance, arrogance, and apathy. Keep taking the road of least resistance. Keep listening to the TV brainwashing you from birth.
And they want to throw God's wonderful breathing system out the door. You're all turning your backs on it.
I really have many question marks about your degrees and what you really know. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't think that you are worthy of your credentials. And I would ask suggestively that you go back to school and get educated.
Okay, I don't really know how to handle this kind of stuff because everything feels like it's caving in. The nonstop devastating news, all the millions of things to worry about. And I've just gotten to a point, Cenk, where I'm exhausted, right? I'm tired of trying to reason with unreasonable people. And at this point, I feel like in this country specifically, it's every man for themselves. It's, hey, you know what? The best that you can do is make sure that you're fully informed about what's going on and protect yourself, be compassionate enough to do what it takes to prevent spreading it in case you might have coronavirus. But I'm so tired of being fearful about things because Americans don't take this virus seriously. Like, what are we gonna do? So at this point, I mean, that woman wants to cite God's wonderful breathing system. Okay, great, go lick a pole somewhere. I don't care at this point. I'm just tired of it. Like, and it's not that I don't care because I don't care about people getting hurt or getting this virus. It's just that there's no reasoning with them. So what do you do?
And did you just tell her to lick God's pole?
No, I did not say God's pole.
Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so look, guys, I don't think this story is about coronavirus. I think this story is actually more depressing than that. There's a significant percentage. When I say significant, it's not 2, it's not 5. I don't know if it's 25%. I don't know if it's 10, 15, but it's a monster number of people on the planet, not just Americans. Americans are not unique, okay? You go to any country, it doesn't name it, it doesn't matter, you name it. It's South Korea, Botswana, America, Paraguay, it doesn't matter. Let's call it a quarter, because I really think it might be that high, but at least 10%. Insane, totally insane. Believe that the people are following devil's laws. There is no devil, let alone the laws that it has, let alone people following the laws of a non-existent creature who walks around on hooves and has a tail. It's not a look. When we get into religion, I know that's a bigger number, right? But people who believe things like, oh, obviously Beelzebub wants us to wear a mask and God doesn't, and so I'm going to do a citizen's arrest on any doctor who I think is in cahoots with Shaitan, right? Like, it's super
Crimes
scary.
against humanity, Cenk. Crimes against humanity. Is she not gonna do a citizen's arrest of someone who's committing a crime against humanity? Like asking someone to wear a mask to, prevent the spread of a deadly virus?
Of course you would say this, Hannah. I just realized what happened. Your husband was a professional baseball player who was what? A catcher. Who wears what? A mask. Boom, devil's law caught you. Okay.
If the devil existed, would the devil have rules and laws? I mean, wouldn't the devil not believe in any rules or laws? Like, wouldn't the devil be bad? Like,
very bad.
Anyway.
Okay.
Bad devil.
But seriously, guys, look, I don't mean to depress you too much, But I had a friend this kind of happened to. We lost her. She just started spiraling out of control with conspiracy theories until she was like doodling, imaginary things, and it's just so sad. But they function in the world. They're not locked up in a hospital or anything like that, right? And so there's this giant percentage of people who, if you're uncomfortable with the word insane, whatever, fill in the blank, like irrational to the point where you cannot function with them. You can't have a normal conversation. They don't live in the logic-based world. 2 + 2 = 13, and if you don't believe it, they're going to do a citizen's arrest against you because you're obviously working with the Prince of Darkness. And so, and they live all among us, everywhere. They might be in your family. It's not based on race, etc. Their brains just don't work based on logic, and so they believe in totally insane things. And there's tons and tons of them. And now when you apply it to coronavirus, yeah, of course a giant percentage of people are gonna think, well, if you put a mask on, obviously you're gonna get sick. No, the way to not get coronavirus is to make out with everybody. Oh, okay. I mean, how do you answer that? How do you argue with someone who thinks that 2 + 2 = 13? There's no way of even arguing. So you just have to shake your head and go, okay, I guess a certain giant percentage of people are totally nuts.
Definitely. I mean, look, I think at this point, we're just gonna be in our homes for much longer than we thought. Because their actions are needlessly extending the period of time that things need to be shut down. And I mean, look, they're in Florida, so Florida is defiant. They don't really care, and businesses remain open. Some businesses have taken, they've taken it upon themselves to decide to shut down because they understand the gravity of what's going on. But at this point, I mean, again, it goes back to there's nothing we can do about these people. They're gonna believe what they believe. They, suck in all of that misinformation and all the conspiracy theories from whatever they read online. And so we just have to look out for ourselves and for our loved ones. And for me personally, the most frustrating part about what's happening is that misinformation, like my family members aren't immune to the misinformation. So I have to do this stressful job in explaining what's going on in the world. And then on top of that, try to persuade people who I love and care about to take this virus seriously. I mean, it's really bad.
This is a story from the past. So my dad's past this, but look, you have to remember too, put aside the people who are irrational. My dad's perfectly rational. But a lot of folks just don't know how the internet works, and it's not their fault, and they're not accustomed to it, etc. My dad grew up with no electricity, let alone a radio, let alone a TV, let alone a computer and the internet. So when he was first on Facebook, he was like, wow, it's amazing how much people care about Turkish news. Because he didn't realize that Facebook makes it your front page personal to you, your newsfeed personal to you. He thought the whole world was obsessed with Turkish news because that's what he was seeing. So, and we had to and that's, so you have to tell a lot of people just because you see it on Facebook doesn't mean it's real. You have to look at the source. And tons of people, not just we talked about the lunatic fringe, which is more than a fringe, it's big. I'm not talking about that in this case. There's then an even bigger subset of people who just don't know that you're supposed to look for a source and verify it and not just believe it because you saw it with your eyes. And by the way, one of those people that's in both of those subsets is the president of the United States. He has no idea what's real or not real. He's a massive conspiracy theorist and not nearly bright enough to be able to tell the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth. And so, and how many of us are in that category that we elected him our leader, our president? So it's even more depressing than you realize.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.